Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. A few things is going on in my mind is that in order to be successful in this world we're living in right now, in order to be great, in order to be self-sufficient, men needs to create, right? I think that's inherited, ingrained in our DNA to create, right? And that's what's, ever since biblically, right? Be fruitful and multiply. What does that mean? We create, right? And we're bearing fruits. We're multiplying, and I think that's applied to the work environment as well, and life as well, to create. How do success people out there become successful? They create something. They create a product and sell it. They create a franchise. They create something to offer to the public, and they monetize that kind of thing, right? They monetize that. So in order to make it out in the system we're in right now, right? Because I don't think men are supposed to be in this kind of society where we have to work a 9 to 5, having the slave wages, right? We are supposed to have a business. What do business bring? Business bring opportunity. Business bring prosperity. Business bring wealth. Business bring success, right? We create a business to bring us all of these security in our lives, right? So if people were actually taught how to create things, I think most people would be in a better place, right? Create something, right? Here's something you can do. You create a product. You can write a book. You create a book and you monetize that, right? And you monetize that and promote it, and one book leads to a sale, and then one sale leads to another. Next thing you know, you have a sufficient income by selling your book, promote your books, right? Or create a story, right? Create a story and monetize it by creating a franchise. Offer to a corporation or something, and then monetize that kind of thing. And who knows? Most of these wealth that people going through right now, most of the people create these franchise, right? That's their big ticket to get out of poverty, right? All these things right now, right? George Lucas, what did he do? For example, George Lucas, what did he do? Right? He made Star Wars, and some people said, he didn't make his fortune from the movie Star Wars. What he did was he gained licensing rights to the intellectual property of Star Wars. So he made his fortune by licensing the rights to produce his franchise. That's how he got rich. Same goes for J.K. Rowling, the woman who wrote Harry Potter. How did she get her fortune? She have, I guess, publishing rights and all these stuff, and merchandising rights and licensing rights, right? And that's how she get all her money, right? So a solution to most people out there is to create something, no matter what it is. Create something, create a product, right? The guy who created the Scrub Daddy, right? He created the Scrub Daddy, and what did he do? He made a fortune by selling dishwashing sponge, right? So I want to encourage everybody, in order to get out of your slump, in order to get out this 9 to 5 slave wages, right? If you don't like to work for the man and you want to be your own bosses, what you can do is create something. Have an idea. That one idea could lead you to your biggest opportunity out there, right? Create a script, create a story. People that like to read, right? People still read these days. People like to read books. Create something that people could use, right? You have to create. That's the moral of life. I mean, that's the basic principle of life. You have to create something, right? Create a story. Create a franchise. Create a product that benefits people. I think that's the best thing people could do for themselves. Is create something. Create something good that people like. If you like to make furniture, make a furniture and sell it, right? Make a couch and sell it. Make something and sell it, right? Instead of depending on this 9 to 5. I'm not saying 9 to 5 is a bad thing, but when people aren't meant to work this 9 to 5 job forever. You feel the thing is, when you work a 9 to 5, it might be the same for some people, might not be the same for other people. But for what I'm getting is that if I work at 9 to 5 forever, right? I feel like there's no sense of purpose. You're just coming in, clock in, and clock out. Coming in, clock in, and clock out. You're not creating something. You're working for somebody else, right? You're getting a steady income. What people don't understand is that when you work for somebody else, is that you always have this insecurity. Like your job might not be there, right? Your job might not be there. What happened the next day? You might get laid off, and all these uncertainties. You're going around the clock, go day after day, clocking in, clocking out, having these uncertainties in your life, thinking that you might not meet company performances and get laid off, get fired, and all this stuff. I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I feel like when I work at 9 to 5, right? I go to work every day, not realizing my longevity in that company, not realizing not realizing the security, understanding that my job may not be there the next day. That's what's wrong with the regular 9 to 5. Most people, or shall I say, some people have this kind of thoughts, right? So that's the thing. That's the thing with 9 to 5. You work in this slave wages job. You're working this 9 to 5 job, right? Feeling uncertainties about how long you're gonna be in that company, right? Now, if you have your own company, have your own creations, right? Create a business, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Right, you have a steady income. Nobody can't fire you. Nobody can't lay you off. Your company grows depending on your drive, depending on how much you want your company to be successful. If you have a company and you're not putting that much effort, of course your company gonna fall. If you're not gonna put that much research in your company, what you're doing wrong, why it sells slow, you put a lot of time and effort to study the causes, and then you change your procedure, and that could lead to your successful company. Right? The point is that when you have a company for yourself, a business, right? You don't have to worry about the idea of being laid off. And that's what's going on to a lot of people right now. They're being laid off left to right, right? They're being laid off to right because people who work this 9 to 5 are conditioned to be followers and slaves, right? Like I said in my videos, there are two people in this world, masters and slaves. Leaders and followers. Which one are you? You have to distinguish which one are you. Are you a master? Are you a slave? Are you a leader or follower? Do you lead your own life or you let somebody else lead for you? Are you a master or are you a slave to your life? Right? There's only two type of people in this world. Right? Don't be the lower tier. Right? And I'm just giving out you guys ideas what you can do to change that perspective, to change that dynamic. Alright? Some people are not meant to create anything, and I think that's a real downfall. Like, everybody's capable of creating something, in my view, right? You could either create a recipe, create a cookbook, right? Create something. All you gotta do is make something up, right? Make something up or get an idea and offer it to people. Create a video channel, right? Create something. That's the point of life. You have to create something to be fruitful in life. It's an investment, right? Carve wood and sell that, right? Carve wood sculpture. If you're an artist, right? If you're an artist, paint something. If you're a carpenter, build something, right? If you're an inventor, invent something. And this is a process of creations, right? You build a lot of these things. Some of these things might be successful. Some things might not. But as long as you create something, there's a potential that it might be successful. Right? You just gotta start creating. You just can't stop creating. Like videos, right? If you want to you want to get into videos at YouTube, right? Some videos might be successful than other videos. Some videos might be lamer than other videos. Some videos might get more likes than other videos. The point is, you put as much video out there to expose yourself. The more video out there, the more exposure you get. That's why some creators out there tell you you just gotta create videos. You just gotta make a lot of videos and put it out there, right? The more video you put it out there, the more exposure you get. The fewer the video, the least exposure you get. The fewer the videos, the least popularity, successful your channel will be, right? Some videos out there might hit it. I mean, you don't have to create a lot of videos, but yet again, the point is you have to create a lot of videos, right? There's an exception out there when there's one creator who get a lot of followers just by making one videos, but those are just exceptions. Most creators out there, video creators, right? Content creators, They have to get it organically. They're not fortunate as most people. Most channels don't go viral. So what they do, they just flood the algorithm with lots of video. The point is that they just got to create, right? And by creating a lot of these videos, that leads to them to their success, right? The point is to create, right? Don't care what it is. This might be your only chance of getting out of that slump, getting out of that 9 to 5 that you don't want to participate. Get out of that rat race, right? Do something. You have to create something. A franchise, what? A story? Create some cartoons. Create some cartoons, right? And promote that cartoons. Who knows, this cartoon might be popular. People might like it. And then you can sell merchandise for that cartoon. And now you have a constant revenue flow. You can license that cartoon. You can copyright that cartoon, right? If you make music, create a music, right? Create an album. Make sure people like that music and distribute it yourself. And you get all the residual to yourself, all the money to yourself, right? That's how artists get what? Get wealthy. That's how writers get wealthy, right? That's how musicians get wealthy. They create these things, these products, and put it out to people, right? And they get residual from it, right? So you have to create something. Authors, they write stories. If you're good at writing stories, write a book, right? Write a book, publish yourself, and promote it, and you get a constant revenue stream, right? If you write a book, right? You write a book and promote it. So at a certain point, if it's a good book, you'll probably be a millionaire, right? The point is to create something, right? And that's what's the main focus of life. You have to come here and have ideas and create something, right? But let me know if I'm making sense. Let me know if I'm conveying my thoughts clearly enough, right? But let me know if you agree or disagree. Am I making sense or not making sense? I mean, do I make a point that creating might be your one and only thing to gain job security in life? But let me know. Agree. Leave a comment below. And on that note, guys, like, share, subscribe, and peace and blessings.